by Vancouver in the league final. The Burrards traveled to Ontario for the Mann Cup, but came home empty-handed. This year, the Burrards are in a rebuilding stage. They had pretty much the same lineup before the season began, but now some players have left, and the situation does not look good.
At the present, we've lost a few players. We were building last year, and now we've started to rebuild again this year. It's unfortunate, but some of the fellas are a little unhappy with the club. Maybe their expectations are a little too high. Some of them, I think we'll see back before the season's over, and I think we'll get this thing back on track.
The Burrards have also run into some early season injury problems, but they feel the team can do well.
It's come along good. This year we started off a little bit later than usual, but we've got a couple kids coming back from back east. What has happened is a few of our older veterans have retired, but we have replaced them with some good young talent, and it's just been a little longer than usual to start off, but it's looking upward.
Vancouver hopes the next 2 months of the season will bring better results than what they've seen so far.
Last year, experience alone, just being there is half the battle, and we've got that experience now, and some of the older players can now use that, and it'll be good. I think we can do good.
All of the league, all of the players, the teams in the league have improved this year. They're looking better, much better. Coquitlam here tonight is going to give us all we can handle. Our club is, I don't think, quite ready for this tonight, but we're going to do the best we can.
The team Vancouver beat last year to advance to the national final is hoping to improve defensively. Burnaby raised some eyebrows in the playoffs, but the Lakers were anything but impressive during the regular season. Burnaby's new head coach, Bob Salt, is hoping his team can do a better job keeping the ball out of the net.
In the two exhibition games, that's the only thing I've been pleased with, is the defensive game has been better.
Burnaby has looked good early in the season. They've added some new faces, and their Mann Cup hopes may just rest on these players making strong contributions for the remainder of the year.
Yeah, I hope we will be running a lot more than we did last year. I watched them play a few games last year. I thought we've got to run more, and so that'll be a big change in our game. And defensively, I think we'll play a lot tougher.
Salt's optimistic approach has rubbed off on his team. Keith Cowison is an example of how the players are putting team success ahead of personal goals.
You always like to improve your point product and your goal scoring, but I don't really try and set them too high. I just like to set a little standard for myself, and I try and achieve that. But basically, you just want to win the game for the team. That's all you want to do.
I would just like to win the West, or even first place, is just to do well in the playoffs. Everybody shoots for first, everybody shoots for the Mann Cup, but we'd like to just get out of the West and be fine.
Burnaby upset New Westminster fans last year when they knocked out the Salmon Bellies in the playoffs. The Bellies are doing well this year, and they're hoping to stretch their success all the way to the Mann Cup.
We expect Burnaby to be the team to beat. We pick them ourselves as the favorite, and we think they're the team we have to beat. But everybody will be strong.
The Bellies began the year with Steve Manning and Jackie Fulton running the show as co-coaches, and they're both stressing defense.
Lacrosse, similar to hockey, similar to football, defense wins, and that's the best place to start, and you build your offense as the season goes on. And we've got the right kind of players to have a solid defense, and we've got good goaltending.
New West has added its share of youth, and with it comes some speed. The most notable newcomer is the league's first overall pick.
We were very happy with the two picks we got in the draft, and we see them both as starting players and contributing right off the bat, but it's going to take them some time to adjust to Senior A. The players are bigger, the goalies are a lot better in Senior, and it's going to take them, I would say, the first half of the season to fully adjust.
Yeah, I think last year we did the typical thing. After you win a Mann Cup, you're probably not quite as hungry as you are the year before, and it's tough to be repeating champions. And this year, I think I'm looking forward to a strong year, because we've got some young guys playing with us this year, and it seemed to be a little change in attitude out here on the floor and in practices and pre-season. You've noticed that.
The team that is also showing signs of challenging for a spot amongst the top three is Coquitlam. The Adnacks have a few Eastern players, and their draft picks have looked good during the first few games this year. Coquitlam has also achieved what they set out to do at the start of the season. The A's wanted to improve defensively, and so far they've been involved in some low-scoring games.
Cutting down the number of goals against, and also with the caliber of athletes we have offensively now, especially on our right-handed shooters, it's going to pick up our goal scoring. So those are two areas which is obvious in any sport, score a lot of goals and not have many scored against.
Coquitlam has a good mix of senior and young players. One of the younger ones is the team's talented first-round pick, who has had to make some adjustments in his first games in the senior league.
Well, some of the major things I think are the slashing rule. It's going to take a bit to get used to. It's a bit faster on the ball movement-wise, moving it up and down the floor. It's a bit faster. Usually in junior, you tend to carry the ball more. I guess you're getting a little bit older, so trying to use the ball is always faster than the man. So,
if the way the team has looked so far this year is any indication, the Adanacs should finish strong.
I think this team will be vying for first place, and if they play up to their potential and the talent that's on paper, there's no reason why they shouldn't take this league.
Realistically, we want to make the playoffs and then take it game to game. Minnesota North Stars, maybe.
Victoria began this year with some good news for the rest of the league. However, the news was not as good for the Payless. Victoria has played the first few games without the talented Gate brothers. So the Payless have focused on improving their scoring output, but so far they've been involved in some low-scoring games.
We've tried to add some scoring power to our game, and we've got a few more players who are missing from our lineup who are going to help us do that.
So the people who follow the league closely have differing views on how the teams will do for the next 2 months. John Woro at the Burnaby News believes the Salmon Bellies will do well. He says they'll likely be fueled by the desire to do better than last year when they dropped out of the playoffs in the first round. The sports department at the Burnaby Now sees the league finishing the season with a 2-team race. The Now believes Burnaby will come out on top, led by first-year coach Bob Salt and goaltender Dallas Elyuk. Some box lacrosse fans find it hard to believe the sport has trouble attracting fans in BC. It's a fast-paced game, often compared to hockey, but of course we all know it's nowhere near as popular.
Well, I think the game is not reaching enough people to start with. The professional marketing job has to be done on this type of approach. The organization's getting together with some with their ideas, the philosophy that they want to go, and then put it forward with a professional marketing job.
For Burnaby in this game is Dallas Elyuk. There, Dave Durante scores. Dave Durante scores on the power play for the Salmon Bellies.
I do also believe that that there has to be new blood into the game, particularly from the marketing point of view, bring in some new ideas as far as marketing, maybe some bold new ideas, things that maybe aren't necessarily accepted by the old guard, but again, this is entertainment, and I think the game has to be presented as that.
Excellent. Nice goal by Altrude. We'll get a look on the replay.
The sport itself has all the makings of an exciting game that people would like to come out and watch. It's fast, it's hard hitting, it's exciting to watch, and I don't think there's too much in the way of rules that have to be changed. There's a lot of minor things I think that could be done to possibly speed up the present game, and I think they do have to speed it up a little bit, especially from the fans' point of view. There are some suggestions as far as in speeding the game up. I'd like to, and I think they are approaching it from the Eastern game, where they have widened the goals a little bit. They've made them a little bigger. They've made more room at the back of the net by a la the field lacrosse and world hockey, Olympic hockey type of area rink, giving people more room to move. Using the 30-second clock at all times of the game where they can't drag the ball, and again, all aspects that speed the game up, I think, are the points that we have to look for from a fan appeal.
Necula in front to Stewart. Stewart comes around. Nice save by Corbar. Didn't see it, but it hit him.
But I think many people in the game of lacrosse have felt that the time of year is wrong. Traditionally, it's been a summer sport, and that probably stems right back to the availability of arenas way back in 25 years ago. Arenas now can be used all year round, even with ice surfaces staying in there. They're able to put carpeting or wood floors down, and the game can be played any time of the year. And I do believe that the Eastern Canada, Eastern United States is now playing the game in the months of January, February, and March. And I believe the West could certainly look at that venue seriously as well. I think it's going to be, as long as we can't, as lacrosse people, don't sell the game the way we have to. I think there has to be a common goal from everybody with one ideal in mind, and present it to the professional marketing people or professional people with the money. I think if it was done, that they would draw the people. It has to be proven first lacrosse has to prove it first to these people that there is a viable product to sell, and then they can go from there.
I hope that we can provide them with a lot of excitement this year, a lot of exciting lacrosse, which means a lot of running and fast-moving and high-scoring ball games. I think that's what brings the people into the stands.